I'm just sitting up here, like, thinking about a lot of things in life and people and just, like, I'm kind of just up here kind of just ranting because, like, and I know that seems, like, pathetic, like, some guy up here, I'm up here fucking at this viewpoint, but it's, like, some guy, you know, just fucking ranting and screaming by himself out in his car somewhere because he's just, like, so fucking done with everything. You know, that's kind of the situation. It's like, I'm just so fucking done with everything. And, you know, it's been like that for a long time. And it's like, you can't, like, I never get a fucking way out, you know. And I feel like I'm fucking hated or I'm ignored or, you know, everyone, it seems like everybody, no matter who the fuck they are, they'll only be your fucking friend if they want something from you or whatever the fuck, dude. And you can tell how some people will build relationships because they invest in you so they can get something from you later. And, like, I get that because, like, you know, friends help friends, you know, like, sometimes a friend helps a friend with a truck to move or they help them with something, or maybe they'll borrow them some cash or something. But there are some pretty fucking low fucking people out there, you know, and that's obvious. I mean, everyone fucking knows that shit, right? I mean, you got these people that are just, they'll just fucking use you and, like, and so, you know, I've met some people that are really fucking bad. Like, they're, like, at the pinnacle of corruption, dude. Like, they're like street fucking rats or whatever you want to say. Like, they're fucking really bad, dude. Like, they will slide to you so much that it's weird because, like, you don't really think about how desperate people really get. But if you've experienced someone firsthand where it's just like, and see, this can be obvious to a lot of people, right? Depending on who you are, you already fucking know this shit, right? You already know how bad people can get. And I mean, it's obvious. I mean, people will steal from you. They'll scam you in any way on the internet or any way in real life too, because they can act like they're your friend and then they can lie. And I've seen some people lie and they lie so fucking good. They're like a professional liar. They're so good at fucking lying. You know, and then you have the situation with relationships, of course, you know, people just hustle and play people, you know, and then you got the drug world, which is the worst. Well, almost the worst. I guess it can get even darker than that. But I mean, that's kind of the darkest, you know, that's pretty fucking the dark, you know, the addiction world, the drug world is pretty fucking dark. And it can be that in music. And, you know, like music and a lot of the fucking worlds that are spawned out of our influences and stuff, and movies and all this shit, entertainment, and even just like exercise and how we should look and everything. The worlds that get spawned and the people that get spawned and influenced to be who they are out of these worlds and out of these influences can be so fucking dark, dude, because you get a conceptual idea of who the fuck you are. You have an idea of you're this person or you're this person. You believe in God or you don't, okay? You're fat or you're not. You're healthy or you're not. Or you feel bad or you feel good. You want to die or you want to live. You know, there's always like, it's, you know, in that in-between too. So there's an in-between and there's either or, and there's a bunch of other different things that you can feel or states of beings or this existence, a dark existence you can be in as a result of all this fucking bullshit. And then from a psychiatry standpoint, from a doctor's standpoint, from a doctor's perspective on mental illness, if you go study some mental illness in psychiatry and psychology, you can see that, like, there's a lot of diagnoses that a lot of people would be diagnosed with if a doctor could diagnose them properly. Like, they have fucking issues so bad and they don't realize that people on a psychiatry standpoint or a scientific standpoint, neurological, like whatever, like, they can see what your fucking issues are, dude. They can see that you have trauma, or you're doing this out of attention, or you're doing this or that. And see, that's kind of the catch-22 about it, because if you're a person that just wants to ignore all that shit, because it kind of becomes an opinion of like your motives as a person and like your opinions and everything, it becomes kind of an opinion on this level to where you can say, well, I am mentally ill or I'm not mentally ill in certain ways. Or you could say, someone could say, oh, you're depressed. And you could be like, no, that's not depression. That's normal. Or, you know, you could, I mean, it almost seems like you can decide for yourself. And it's like, it's not even real a lot of the time. But so many people like to, like, it gets into your conscious mind. So anyways, I'm just like, it's kind of like this crazy shit that I think about, because it's like, if you're just influenced to be mentally ill, then I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe you're just, I don't know. It just seems, but you know, that's not true. It's a real disease and shit. And on another note, I personally have experienced a lot of mental illness and a lot of like bad situations on the streets and with different people and shit. And it can get really fucking bad. And it's like I've developed my own perspective of it and everything. And I don't like to take advice. I don't like to give in to people. I don't even fucking like people because they're so miseducated and uninformed, and they have such a fucked up point of view, and they're so selfish. And sometimes though, see, on the other side, they're not selfish. They're really kind-hearted people, or they're really good people. They have good intentions. Like a lot of religious people who believe in Christianity and stuff, they are like good people and shit. But you never know who they really are, you know, because there's been serial killers that have been like, you know, involved with religion and shit. And it can get pretty dark in that aspect too. But, you know, like there are a lot of good people too. But see, a lot of those people, especially within the religion community with Christianity and stuff, they are so powerless to themselves and stuff. They're so bent around this idea of God and God in control of everything. But it's like, if you, as a scientist can, they develop problem solving. They have the intellectual brain to fucking solve world issues and diseases and different stuff with vaccines, or, you know, like whatever they're developing scientifically, they did that. Okay. And you could say, oh, God was in control to make that happen. God created that person for that or whatever. Or, you know, that person is a result of another person praying. But it's like, dude, come on, man. They did that. They went and learned. They fucking became a fucking scientist, and they went and studied shit and developed that with their intellect, with their own brain. I mean, no supernatural force is fucking doing anything, man. And you know, that's a whole nother subject too. Cause it's like, well, you want to be religious and you want to believe in God. And so you're saying demons exist. You're saying ghosts exist. You're saying Satan exists. Well, what the fuck are you doing then? I mean, like, dude, that's like a fucking delusion, dude. That's not even fucking real, man. You want to say that Satan and demons are real? You want to say God's real? That some supernatural force is in control of everything? That is fucking insane, dude. There is no one fucking walking around on water. There's no one flying, dude. There's nothing fucking happening. And I'm not saying none of it exists and that shit isn't real. But you know how, like, disconnected from everything you are? When you're just believing in some supernatural fucking fairy tale. Dude, I mean, technically speaking and scientifically speaking and like realistically speaking, I mean, you're not really thinking on a real fucking level, dude. You know, a lot of the time, it's like you can pray to God all you want, dude. And sometimes people give credit to religion or whatever. But it's like, sometimes it's like, you need to wake the fuck up and make your own choices, dude. You can't fucking just make some fucking supernatural force in control and responsible for everything you're fucking doing and saying, dude. You're fucking crazy. Wake the fuck up, man. You're fucking insane. There's technical things going on here that you aren't really involved in. You think something's gonna fucking solve it. And you know, sometimes people do make the right choices. Or, you know, they are a part of the influence. They are fucking doing things and stuff. But it's, you know, and that gets to a point where it's like, well, shit, I mean, how far can you really take this shit, bro? Like, can you really fix the fucking world, dude? Are you really gonna solve things? are you really the chosen, you know, or, I mean, not the chosen one, but, you know, how much difference can you really make to the point where it's just going to implode on itself. It's just going to cave in on itself, and it's going to be right back where the fuck it was, you know? I mean, can we really fucking fix things? Can shit really change? Or are we just going to sit here and say, oh, this is the end of the world. These are the end times. And God this, God that. Illuminati this. Let's go on the fucking internet and believe everything everyone's fucking saying. You know, it's like, what the fuck ever, dude. You're fucking nutcase, dude. If you were really fucking connected with everything that's happening, maybe you would actually be doing something in the community somewhere. You know? Instead of just sitting here and fucking being a fucking crazy ass motherfucker, you know? And so that's my rant about some of that shit. Just fucking shit that people already fucking know and understand or whatever. You got so many psycho ass people or people that are so in this mindset of delusion where they will believe so many things are gullible. And it, you know, you don't understand how corrupted people are, dude. Like I was saying, you know, I experienced firsthand how corrupted people are, and you can just take it from a scammer that's calling you. They don't fucking care, dude. They're trying to fucking rob you. Like legally, pretty much. I mean, they're robbing you they're having you put fucking money in an account for them. So, I mean, there's that. But, you know, it's like, even what I was trying to say is about good people is sometimes they don't really have, you know, you become this good person and you kind of lose an intellectual standpoint because you're so focused on, like, you're so focused on being a good person and making a difference in all this. You're not really seeing the reality of how fucking vicious and crazy people are. And maybe you're not on your toes so much with it. I mean, you know, people learn self-defense for a reason. You know, people put locks on their guns for a reason. People do things for a reason, you know, and I'm not going to say people are just stupid and stereotype people in all sorts of different ways, but, you know, it's just kind of like, I don't know, like, even if you're real, you're not real, and even if you're fake, it's like, like, what a surprise, you know, and it's like, nothing is really a surprise a lot of the time. It's not a fucking surprise, dude. Whether you're fucking, you know, I'm not fucking impressed, you know, and I'm not gonna fucking trust people. I don't care about girls that think they're so hot they want to fucking play me like I'm some fucking loser or whatever. Just like, you know how all these people are doing it. Like they'll just label whatever the fuck they want. They'll just say, oh, it's trash. Oh, that person's a loser. Oh, this person's ugly. You know, just like they'll just label people whatever, you know, or they're just a good person and they want to be the good person. They want to be the kind-hearted fucking peacemaking motherfucker where they're just, like I said, they're like this good person and they're accepting of others and all this, but maybe they're just getting taken. Maybe that kind-hearted shit is just, you're getting taken advantage of, dude. And maybe you're not just seeing it for what it is. So that's what I'm saying. There's this thing where it's like, being a selfish, fucked up individual, evil, whatever, maybe you do some things that are really fucked up and dark and in some of these dark kind of places we have, or you're the other person and you're a good person, you're legitimately trying to express yourself and you have opinions on things, on subject matters and how our society functions and laws and politics and all that stuff. So, I mean, and even then, I mean, you have to make a living somehow. So, I mean, it kind of comes to this realm of bullshit where it's like, we don't really need voices for things. You don't need a fucking voice to tell you what you already fucking know. That you don't need someone to tell you this or offer you some fucking religion or anything, a cult, because a lot of things, they just turn into cult. Music turns into a fucking cult. Things turn into a religion and cult, and they give people a purpose. But it's like, you know, to a certain extent, it's just like, man, you don't need this. But it's like, somehow you do need this. Music or whatever, religion or whatever. And a lot of people already understand all this shit. It's nothing really new to a lot of us. But I mean, I don't know. I think, like, sometimes you're just fucked. You know, if you're just going through a phase where you're learning something in life, in the world, and you have to experience it and be a stupid you have to be a stupid person, and you have to make mistakes to learn it. So there's that too. So, you know, in that aspect, you can't really help people that are just in a learning process, but sometimes they never learn, and there's nothing to learn. They can do and say whatever they want. If you want to label them, then that's you. But see, then that's where the really fucked up people come in. The real corruption. The people that are actually fucked up. Like, they will murder. You know, they will steal. They will fucking, you know, they just, you know, and a lot of times they don't fucking care. And it's just, and that's where I always hear people say how the world is cruel and it's dark and it's, you know, and that's why I think a lot of people do want to end their life, is because they just see everything for what it is. And they can see themselves for they can see how insignificant they really are. You know, and that's a part about it. And it's almost like, if you're going to stoop down to that level where you're degrading yourself or whatever, it's almost like you're just being what the corrupted, fucked up, evil people want you to be in their fucking hatred and all that. You're just being what they want you to be, man. You're feeling bad about yourself. You're thinking this and this and this and this. You're doing what they want, dude. Why would you do that? Why would you be what they want you to be, dude? You can't let that phase you. You can't let it hurt you. You can't let it get in your way, man. And what I want to say is, like, all the religion and stuff, and a lot of the different stuff that's good in the world, and people that are actually genuinely good people and all this, who are actually, like, understand what they are in their place as a human, but actually what their brain's functioning like as an animal. Because naturally we are dominating. We are built to dominate and feed ourselves and do different things. So, I mean, a lot of time what we do is not even evil. It's just a person in their natural instinctive nature. You know, but see, they don't see that. They don't see they're just acting on impulsive, natural decisions. They're just kind of like doing what they do, and they believe, and they have these opinions, you know, and sometimes that's why they're lost, because they don't really get that they're fucking technically kind of a fucking animal. I mean, we like to break away from that in our own minds and our own imagination, but that's what we really are in the physical world, not our imaginative world. But the good people and stuff, I mean, I'm all for that, man. I'm all for, like, happiness and people learning things about themselves and actually knowing what the hell is going on with them psychologically, how their brain's functioning and everything. But see, a lot of time you can get so opinionated, you become this, you know, fascist. You know, I'm using that word because it's like, but see, you can also become a fascist, but you can also become a fascist that labels other people fascists. So you're like, you're labeling all these people, and it's like, you know, it's the same shit. I mean, you're the innocent one. You're the smart one. You're the genuine one. You're the real one. And see, that's what people have to, that's what they think. They have to think that they're smart. They're real. They're right. They're correct. And that's another thing that comes in our nature, because we have to defend ourselves as people. We have to hold ourselves up. We have to believe in ourselves, because other people can. And that, believe in you and hold you up, and that's what can hold you, you know, validate yourself. Because when you have a delusional self of validation, you know, when you don't have the community to validate what you're doing, it can be kind of a false sense of validation, because you're validating yourself and you have your thoughts and beliefs, and you can spread your opinions and beliefs and stuff and cultivate it into something in the community, and you can get validation. But sometimes what you're validating isn't being validated by other people, bro. And that's where you get closed in. And a lot of time people, and it's a delusion. It's not real. It's you think it's real, but you know, and then sometimes people will cultivate their stuff into the communities and other people who, you know, it gives them a purpose. They're gullible. They'll feed into it. They will understand it intellectually, but really it's really just, it's a it becomes extreme. It becomes extreme, and that's where it's like, it gives a person a purpose, but it does become extreme. And, you know, and then most of the time people don't even want to think or talk about any of it. They don't want to talk about any of it. You know why? Because they've already seen it. They've already experienced it. They probably already talked about it. They already figured it out. They're old enough to know. They don't need to fucking, you know, they don't need to talk about it. They want to have fucking fun. They want to do something fucking fun. They want to do something interesting. You know, they want to have fun with their fucking friends. They want to get fucked up and high, or they want to drink, or whatever they want to do. If they want to do art, they want to do sports, they want to do something to break away from it and just chill. And that's what I'm saying. You know, it can really stress a person out, you know, when you're thinking about all this stuff, or, you know, you're being extreme about something. Like me, and how I'm ranting, and I have like this really kind of intense voice, and like, I'm really like talking like almost like I'm angry and stuff and ranting, because it's just like, my individual situation is frustrating and stressful, but, you know, it's like, it's my responsibility as an adult, you know, to do what the fuck I gotta do. And so I don't know, I kind of feel dumb about all of it too, because it's just like, well, you know, what the fuck else is new? What am I saying? I'm not saying anything fucking new to, you know, to myself, or in this video or anything. I mean, fuck, I might as well be making videos about something else. But, you know, anyways, well, I guess all my point really is, and the purpose and the meaning behind this video is just kind of explaining and providing some kind of explanation, or reflecting on my experience in fucking life, and just what I've fucking seen, and all the people. I think I say fucking too much. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry, but I don't know. I probably shouldn't say it that much. I don't know. See, that's an opinion thing too. And it's just like, oh, one person says you shouldn't say you're sorry. And once we're, you know, people have low confidence, self-esteem, and they apologize too much. Anyways, I don't know. It's just like, you can't tell me anything, you know, and that's what I feel like with most people. Like, you can't tell me anything I don't already know, and then it's like, well, yeah, and then I'm like, I know everything. I'm a know-it-all. I know everything, you know, and that's not true either. So, I don't know. I kind of try, you know, just kind of stay humble, and I don't know, now I'm thinking of that Kendrick Lamar song. It's like, some of the lyrics, like, motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. I can't remember. I think that's DNA. But anyways, that's all I got to really say. I guess it's just a rant and whatever. Have a good one.